Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the show. This is Red Prep, and we bring all the build up to Manchester United Champions League home fixture against Galatasaray. Manchester United begin the night bottom of their group, having lost 4-3 to Bayern Munich in Bavaria. Fortunately for Manchester United, though, the other fixture on the match day one was a draw 2-2 between Copenhagen and Galatasaray, so they haven't lost much ground in the desire to secure one of the two places for the next and the knockout stages of the Champions League. Group leaders Bayern Munich travel to Copenhagen and will look to secure 3 points and get up to 6 points. So United will need to get a win in order to fend off the likes of Galatasaray for that second spot for qualification in the knockout stages of the Champions League. In order to qualify, United need to win their remaining two home fixtures, both against Gala and Copenhagen, and also get an away victory either in Denmark or in Turkey. United would like to restore confidence and re-establish the supremacy at home, which they have carefully built up over the last 15 months, having lost two consecutive home fixtures against Brighton as well as Crystal Palace last weekend. Looking at our history with Galatasaray in overall head-to-heads, we have won two matches against their one victory, and three of the six matches have been draws. But if we stick to this century, the matches have been very close. 1-0 victory for each of the two teams. And most importantly, in this particular fixture, we haven't scored any goal away at Galatasaray's hostile ground. So it's very important that we take all 3 points in this match, because the return leg would be fiery, and because we have so many new players, there is no guarantee that we could even bag a draw there. So this is a must-win match for Manchester United. Looking at Galatasaray's record this season, their the only occasion they actually dropped points was the opening fixture, and apart from that, they are coming at the back of six straight wins in their league. They've already drawn their first match in the Champions League competition. In the domestic competition, they already have a win as well. So they are on a momentum of several victories, and they'll be hard to get any points off. But United will need to score early in order to cause some anxiety in their defense. Otherwise, they have been watertight, and they are very confident because they have a long winning streak, and they'd like to continue with that. Having not conceded too many goals and having not lost any of their matches this season, Galatasaray would be a formidable opponent, especially considering the United are coming at the back of two consecutive home losses in all competitions. So this will be a huge question mark against Erik ten Hag and his Manchester United troopers. And we'll see if United can rally back and salvage a victory finally at Old Trafford. Looking at this style of play, they like to keep the ball, keep possession, and attack with their wingers. And both of those, on both flanks, they like to cut in and have pot shots at the goal. They don't play usually. They don't play long ball. They like to cross the ball into the box for their striker, Mauro Icardi, who's had 7 goals till now this season. Looking at the danger man, obviously Icardi is the top goal scorer with 7 goals. Apart from him, Artoglu is good in terms of playing through balls and getting assists. Also, Zaha hasn't played many matches, but he's coming back into fitness and scored on the weekend, so he'll be a threat. Tete has already scored this season as well. Zaik is absent for them due to injury, so Tete and Zaha should play on the wings, and they also had Reece Martins. So, but he hasn't been regular this season. But obviously, for a Champions League match, he could be brought in. In terms of the defense, the fullbacks are both Bowie and Angelino like to maraud forward and put crosses in. They're also hard tackling fullbacks. So they like to be combative. In midfield, Torreira and Demirbay, both of them are very physical in their makeup, and they like to screen the defense and play simple passes just to build the play from the back. And the keeper also has made some important saves, and they haven't conceded many goals. The defense and midfield are both they work together in tandem in order to keep clean sheets and certainly not concede easy chances. And in this match, United will have to play out of their skin to be able to create chances as well as score goals, which they haven't been doing regularly. With that in mind, we can go to the tactical board and analyze both the teams' formations and the way they like to progress the ball and make their play on the pitch. Coming to Galatasaray, they play usually the 4-2-3-1 formation or 4-3-3 or a combination of that. Ikari plays as number 9, and Tete and Zaha would probably start as wingers because Ziyech is not there, he's injured, so Tete has played the last couple of matches. Koglu is one of their players who can play in the number 10 position or go wide, and Zaha can come in, and then they can easily move around and be fluid. Torreira and Demirbay, who's come from Leverkusen, they are rock solid in terms of protecting the back four, very combative, hard tackling midfielders, and they'll give no respite to United forwards and midfielders who want to get into these spaces. So Torreira and Demirbay would be tough tackling midfielders. Bowie and Angelino, we know they like to bomb on. They have a good delivery on them. And Davison Sanchez and Ehan will be two center backs usually. And Oliveira can come in also if they want to pack this midfield, and a winger could go out. But usually they play with two holding midfielders. And Muslera is their keeper. He's good in terms of shot stopping and also building from the back. But this is the overall gameplay that Galatasaray would go with. For United, it's usually 4-2-3-1 with two midfielder at the base. But usually Mount bombs forward, and Casemiro is the one who sits between the two center backs. But I'd probably opt for Eriksen to play deep, and both Casemiro and Bruno to go forward. Also, Rashford plays on the left wing, but I drop him in terms of meritocracy. Garnacho should start, and even Højlund. I'll probably drop Højlund and start with Martial, but Eriksen would come in. This is the formation I'd start with, but we can assume, looking at Ten Hag's obstinacy and obduracy to drop his favorites, that he'll start with this team. And drop Eriksen, This was the starting lineup for Manchester United. There seems to be a recurring circus at Old Trafford with the same cycle of hiring managers, having a decent first season and sacking them in the second season. When the club haven't actually backed managers which transfer they would have liked. In terms of Ten Hag, he's gotten most of the players he had wanted. Obviously, some of them haven't been the first choices, but he certainly can't complain with in terms of getting the players he had wanted. Most of them haven't fared well, apart from Casemiro, and the spotlight is on Ten Hag squarely because of the fact that he has been able to bring in most of the players that he had wanted. And this season, the second season for Ten Hag, he needs to show progression, which he hasn't, and he needs to show that he can actually apply and implement his ideas rather than making excuses both for injuries as well as for players who are not even running for him. With Anthony coming back possibly from the start, he should get another of his preferred winger. We should be better than the weekend because Anthony over the last season or so, even though he hasn't been consistent in terms of getting the goals and assists, but he does provide a sort of devilment in our attack, and he'll be welcome back into the team. We lacked the energy of Hannibal Mabry on the weekend, and it was so surprising that Ten Hag actually brought on Van der Beek, who hasn't even played half a match, and not get Mabry on, who had been bright and certainly spirited in the last 2-3 matches, and Ten Hag himself had praised him. So surprisingly, he wasn't brought on. Similarly, Martial did make a difference in terms of being composed on the ball, and if he gets the start, I think he can deliver. Notwithstanding if he has any of his relapses in terms of fitness. But Hoyland looked out of sorts on the weekend and probably could do with a rest and start on the bench. Rashford needs benching, and this is the biggest test of Ten Hag, whether he can rectify his own mistake, first admit them and rectify them. He substituted Marcus Rashford in the last match, but that was too late, and Rashford needs to be dropped. And if he does that, then Hag certainly would get some brownie points. But in order to get the fans back on track and back on his side, he needs to win and win convincingly in this match. Inshallah, we can get a victory and get some semblance of sanity back in our club. We'll be back with the red dissection, dissecting all the play and all the events of the match, and inshallah, analyzing our victory, a convincing one. So join us for that. Please like and subscribe and promote the videos. Until we meet again, take care, do good. Assalamu alaikum.